Good morning, and thank you for joining us on After GMS. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week, April 6th. I'm Tracy McCain here with meteorologist Christian Morgan and Sydney Moore.
Absolutely. Christian, I can't believe we're going to hit 80 degrees today.
Ooh, we're going to get toasty. We're going to get toasty this afternoon. No issues in the weather department for today, but tonight is going to be a different story. Take a live look right now over Wake Forest at Truist Field, and not a single cloud in the sky. I love to watch the sunrise on our sky camera here. Always good to see some good colors as the sun comes up. And by the way, if you're keeping track, sunrises are now back before 7 o'clock. Pretty comfortable to step outside at the morning hour right now. 55 in Greensboro, 58 in Winston-Salem, 56 Reidsville, 55 in Walnut Cove, near 60 down in Troy, 56 in Lexington. So all of us checking in the 50s right now. Of course, plenty of warm air down to the south and across the southeast, but notice where that colder air is, just behind that cold front that's on the way tonight. Cooler air ready to build in, and yes, it will. Those big differences, by the way, are what help to drive some of this active weather that we're having. You can see System 1 for the week that moved by yesterday, well off to the north and east now out over New England. And our second system on the way with some strong thunderstorms that have been moving across Arkansas into Tennessee this morning. And that line is going to be heading our way as we go into tonight through your early Thursday morning. So here's the setup weather-wise. Right now, we're kind of stuck in between these two systems, one from yesterday and the second one on the way today. And so we have this strong southerly flow or south wind, which not only brings in warm air, it also brings in some humid air into the Piedmont as well. And all that kind of pulls in ahead of this cold front, which really acts as thunderstorm fuel. So as this cold front slides by tonight and through tomorrow morning, if it's able to tap into some of that thunderstorm fuel, we could have a couple strong, maybe severe thunderstorms while we're sleeping and through the morning hours on Thursday. And don't expect it to be crazy busy, but it is something that we need to keep an eye on overnight and into tomorrow morning. After that, tomorrow afternoon, the cold front will slide by and cooler air is waiting to build in. We will dry things out. We will get windy, but we'll get cooler as we go into Friday and especially into your Saturday, with overnight lows dropping down into the 30s over the weekend. So here's a closer look at it on Futurecast. Again, there are no issues at all today. Do anything you want to do outside, but maybe wear some sunscreen. The sun is starting to get a little stronger this time of the year, and it will be out in full force, at least for a good portion of the day. Once we get to midnight, while you're sleeping through Thursday morning, I think is when we need to pay the closest attention. So if you go to bed, make sure to set an alarm on your phone, make sure you have it on ring, make sure you can receive warnings just in case they are issued. Notice how some of these storms want to form out on their own. Those are what we call discrete cells. And when you have a discrete cell, it's easier to rotate or spin a little bit. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Overall, our severe weather risk is pretty low here in the Triad. Our areas to the west do kind of ride the fringe between a level 1 and a level 2 tonight through tomorrow morning. Again, our tornado risk is very low here in the Triad, but there is a little higher risk if you go into extreme western North Carolina toward Asheville, down into over the Tennessee border as well. Of course, like I said, a lot of questions I've had over the last couple of days is whether or not we're going to have enough instability or fuel since these storms are rolling in overnight. And my answer to that is yes, we will, because notice we're going to get warm today, and ahead of that cold front, we're still going to have all that warm air and humid air pooling in. So we have a lot of CAPE, or what we call thunderstorm fuel, instability to work with through the overnight hours up until about sunrise on Thursday. So I think there will be enough if we can get that cold front to tap into it. to maybe give us a couple strong or severe storms. Again, main timing is going to be midnight up till 7 a.m. tomorrow, where there will be a lot of twisting and turning in the atmosphere already. So it wouldn't take a lot to maybe pop off a quick, brief tornado warning. So something we'll keep an eye on. Again, it's all sunshine today. We're up near 80 degrees, maybe low 80s for some of our neighborhoods this afternoon. That will clear us out Thursday afternoon. We're at 70 for your Thursday. Cooler air starts to arrive for Friday. We're going to play some baseball downtown Greensboro with the Hoppers and their opening day. 62 and windy for your Friday, so it'll be cool for game time. We're heading down to the 30s Friday night, early Saturday morning with 50s Saturday afternoon. 30s again Saturday night and Sunday morning with 60s on the way for Sunday afternoon. And we do get back to the 70s by Monday and Tuesday of next week.
All right, we have a great 7-day forecast in terms of temperatures. We'll see what these storms do overnight tonight.
Yeah.
Be weather aware. That
Yes,
means
ma'am.
Have your guard up, have your phone charged and ready to go in case any alerts pop up. You'll hear about them first on our News 2 app.
Of course.
So dial in and make sure it's ready to go.
Yeah, we have 2 apps. You can download the News 2 app where we push out alerts on that, and you can also download the News 2 weather app as well. You get your forecast all the time, and of course, if we do get into a situation where we have a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning, you can pull up the radar on that and see it just the way that we're seeing it too. So it's a good tool to use to track along.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta do that News 2 weather app.
You don't have it yet?
Well, I had it, but then I was told that it no longer worked. So just to use the News 2 app. See, like I still have it. Hold on, go ahead, do the next thing.
Well, as the country moves away from pre-pandemic norms, more companies are considering a 4-day work week. And right now, the concept is widespread in Iceland.
So we have to ask, would you prefer a 4-day work week? Why or why not? And while you respond, let's take a dive into how it is working at one company. The CEO of ThreadUp says more than half of new hires says this 4-day work week tipped the scale in their decision to join their team. 88% of ThreadUp's team says the short week was a positive change for not only the company, but also for themselves. They say they decreased more than half since the introduction of the 4-day work week. So that turnover was a big problem before, but not so much anymore.
Well, we're asking, do you prefer a 4-day work week? Why or why not? One person wrote in, I would love working 4 days a week. In order to work 4 days weekly, I would also need to work longer days, but I would do that easily. Another viewer says 4-day weeks would be better for family and socializing after all the time lost from COVID. Rhonda says she works 10-hour days for 4 days a week and she loves it. Christian, what do you think?
Well,
Well,
I wouldn't. All right. Well, I would not turn my nose up at this. I think it's a pretty good idea. I think some businesses can do it. Some businesses probably can't get away with it. I actually have some meteorologist friends who work in other markets who actually work doubles on the weekend. So they work the Saturday morning and Saturday night show. They do that on Saturday, Sunday, and then they actually have 3 days off during the week. So, I mean, you know, it works for some people.
Yeah.
It works for. And when I was in high school, I worked for the city of Asheboro, and at that point they were doing 5-day work weeks. But then they moved to 4-day work weeks because they could adjust, you know, which department worked on Monday and which department had Friday off. So you kind of move it around to kind of cover all the bases. So I think it can be done. And I think the pandemic has kind of highlighted that that maybe we need a little more time to ourselves. You know, we always make the joke that we need a day between Sunday and Monday. And this might be a way to kind of fulfill that.
Right, or like an office and like an out of office day. So maybe
Yeah.
it's a 5-day work week, but maybe that one day is a work from home day,
Right.
or
that's nice.
a day where you can like we used to have these beat days where we could call around and find potential stories, make contacts, visit local sheriff's departments
catch
and
up and
police departments,
yeah.
just kind of get a feel of what's going on in the community. Beat days where we would work the actual beat.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a real work day, even though you were at work, but you were making partnerships with the community.
Sure.
And I miss that. Although now there's social media, so all they do is just like,
That's right.
didn't have that before.
I think
beats on
for
social.
me, I would love it because I just feel like, just like you said, Sunday and Monday, I feel like they're just one day together. Literally, it just comes so quick. So it would be nice to have a day in between that or
Right.
something, you know?
Saturday you have fun, and Sunday you're already preparing for what's to come on Monday.
Yeah, 5 compared to 2 days, it's just,
Right.
something's not right.
And then you figure, well, if you get the 3-day, weekend, what's going to stop you from wanting 4 days?
It just goes on and on.
You know, you got to
Never
draw a line
satisfied.
somewhere.
Never satisfied.
Right. Or, you know, would that adjust your PTO, your paid time off?
It's a lot to
If
think
you
about.
have, you know, an extra day on the weekend, you might not get as many days off during the year because you'd have to account for that somehow.
I don't think it's as
It is a
clean
lot to
cut
think
as
about.
just
It's not as
saying.
clean cut as I think.
It's not.
Oh, I always have to think of the other side of things.
There's always two sides to every story.
There are.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Victoria says, I work a 4-day week. Let's see. That's
She
the
works
only
at a
comment we have
salon
right
because
now.
I asked her, I'm like, what do you do? She said she works at a salon. She does the management and marketing, inventory, etc. So she works a 4-day week, and that's actually, I think my stylist does too. Now that I think
Oh.
about it, she doesn't work on Sundays or Mondays or
See.
Tuesdays.
My barber doesn't work on Sunday, Monday, and leaves early on Thursday.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
And dentists never work on Friday.
I know. Why is
They
that?
don't. They don't.
Is that
My
standard? I thought that was just my dentist's office.
Nope.
No, my dentist called me
Nope.
and said, you have an appointment. I was like, I can't do it. Can I do it Friday? And they're like, we're closed.
We're
I was like,
closed.
oh yeah, that's right.
That is interesting.
Or I do know some that close really early on Fridays as well too. Like they're
Yep.
only open for like 8
Emergency
to noon or
appointments, yeah.
something. Yep.
Let's see. We also had Lynn Smith who said, I work one, it's exceptional, but some others do have to work. So Lynn is working a 4-day week. Let's see, Lloyd Ross said, did it for 3 years, it's cool, but you have longer days, 7 to 5. The only problem is you don't have time to do anything. Most places open after 7, close by 5, and then on Saturday, so it's a give and take. Lloyd said, better in the spring and summer months when you have more daylight, I suppose.
You know, once I moved to doing this shift, once I moved to mornings, I realized I was like, how do people do things on an 8 to 5 work schedule? You know, I get off now and I can go to the bank, I can go to the gym, I can do all that stuff. And if you work at 8 to 5, well, some things open at 8 and they close at 5.
Right, right.
In the weekends, they're all closed basically.
I always wonder how our friends on the day shifts get appointments done.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I always make my appointments for after 11 or 12 or 1 because I know that I'm, you know, jam-packed for the morning. But that gives me, you know, the freedom to make afternoon appointments not only for myself but for my family.
Yep.
And you have to factor in school. So this is like the best shift if you're like a mom, I think, because, I mean, you're always tired because you don't sleep, but at the same time you have time for your family afterwards.
I know at my old station, our dayside people, if they had appointments, management would let them come in a little later and maybe
Okay.
work like a little later or something like that. So they come in at like, you know, noon or something or 11 and because they had to get the appointment done.
Right.
So, but it is very
But
tough.
then it puts you in a time crunch
does
to
put you in
get
a time
you
crunch.
your story because it's not like your story disappears.
That's exactly true.
And the
unless
news doesn't shift times.
It doesn't, but I guess you got to get your appointment done too.
Or
You know,
maybe work ahead
You know,
on a
it's-
story.
That helps.
I was thinking about this in our industry. You know, we were talking about maybe filling the gaps and kind of closing the gaps, having some people off certain days and something. We already do that, right? You know, there's already people who kind of work, you know, weird schedules who may have like a Thursday or Friday off or a Tuesday or a Wednesday off. So we already kind of know in this business how to bridge the gap doing that and to cover everything because, you know, we're on every single day, even on holidays. So maybe figuring out a 4-day work week for this industry might not be as tough as we think it might be.
And then I was thinking it might be easier for those companies that actually have standard, we're off on Saturday, Sunday, like we're closed
Yeah.
on Saturdays and Sundays. So like if you are at a bank, let's say,
Yeah.
you know, they don't close on Saturdays, do they? They're open on
Some of them do.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't really have a good example.
That's good conversation though.
Bottom line.
Daycares are
Daycares,
closed
yeah.
on Saturdays and Sundays because they're open traditionally when
During the week when your parents are at work.
Right, exactly. So they probably would be a good example of a 4-day work week,
That's right.
but they'd have to shift. Okay, I came up with one.
No, that was good.
I'm just really excited that I did. 'Cause I was
We've
like,
covered
oh,
this on all bases.
you know. All right, so let's see if anybody else is. A lot of conversations on here. Bobby says, I deal with different customers on a daily basis. Some of them don't like for you to show up too early, so he's saying you can't do that, open up too early. LeVar Jarrell says he loves his 4 days. He has every weekend off. And then someone also suggested making an appointment on your day off, but if you are off on Saturdays and Sundays and you're making a
That
dentist
doesn't
appointment,
help.
that won't help in that case, but other ones, yes, for sure. Let's see. And there's just a lot of different, great things on here. LeVar Jarrell is a truck driver, works 4 days a week and loves it. So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to happen. This is Iceland. This example comes from Iceland.
Wow.
Not this is Iceland. The example that we mentioned earlier comes from Iceland. So we don't usually always have the same customs. All right, let's get to some of your headlines and we'll have another conversation on the other side. Get this, guys. The BA.2 subvariant of Omicron is now the dominant COVID strain in the U.S. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says there's no evidence the BA.2 results in more severe disease compared with the BA.1 variant, but she says it does appear to be more transmissible. UNC fans showed up in a very big way and loud way, welcoming the team back after their postseason run ended with a loss in Monday night's national championship game against Kansas. Fans came out to show their support. They crowded the entrance of the Dean Dome when the bus arrived. And we also heard from Coach Hubert Davis, who thanked the crowd for their support.
And registration is back open for Guilford County's Bradford Pear Bounty Program. Guilford County homeowners can exchange up to 5 invasive Bradford pear trees from their property in exchange for 5 native trees. You just need to register for the event, take a photo of the trees before and after removal, and then bring the trees for the pickup date. And the days are getting longer, and that means summer is coming. For many kids, that means fun at camp. But like all things, since COVID, camp will look a bit different this year. WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller is outside the Greensboro Children's Museum with the changes they are making to their camps.
The Greensboro Children's Museum is the #1 downtown hands-on institution in the Gate City, but little ones in our community have not been able to take part in their summer camp since 2019. That's almost 3 years of educational and creative learning that children have missed out on. But the museum says they're now ready to welcome back campgoers. They're offering 9 different camps where kids can discover food at the museum's cooking garden and explore the arts and even space. Given the challenges children faced during the past 2 years, summer camps will allow children to interact with their peers in ways they haven't been able to, while also giving them an opportunity to learn and grow. Studies show children lose about 30% of the school year's learning gains during summer break.
And we know that we can see some slip in education between the school years, so it's really important to keep kids activated, keep those early childhood lessons and educational experiences going, and that way they re-enter the school year just ready to go.
And although summer programming is back, the museum is erring on the side of caution. Instead of allowing children between the ages of 4 through 12, they've shrunk their series with an age cap of 8 years old. And camp sizes will be smaller this year, with groups no larger than 12 with 2 instructors per group. The first camp kicks off on June 17th. And registration is now open already. 4 of the 9 camps are sold out. Check out WFMYnews2.com for links to sign up.
Well, thankfully, COVID metrics seem to be trending in a better direction, a lot better than we were 2 years ago, right? Entertainment in the Triad is starting to come back, and as of late, it's really been thriving, especially since the Tanger Center has opened. And tonight, Hamilton opens for a 3-week run in Greensboro.
It's exciting. It's one of the many events happening around the Triad, and we want to know, what Triad events are you excited to go to? If you want to see Hamilton, there are plenty of tickets still available. Tickets start at $85. Hamilton will be at the Tanger Center through April 24th. And so that brings us back to our question. What Triad events are you excited to see? What about you guys?
Well, I'm going to go to Hamilton on Saturday.
Awesome.
Wonderful. With
Yes.
the family?
Just my husband and I. We went on Broadway for our 5-year anniversary. So this will be kind of like a revisiting of that. So the 2 of us went alone then, so we're definitely going alone now.
Well, let us know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. But I always love springtime because it means, there's just more to do, I feel like, in the Triad, whether it's big or small. Like, there's golf. Golf is back, not only just on TV, but physically going to the driving range or going and getting, some 8 holes in. It's just or 9 holes in, is just so much easier than it is in the winter or when it's colder.
I would like to go to a Hoppers game sometime.
yeah.
I would love
Friday
to.
night.
I can't go this Friday, but I'll have to go another time. But
There'll be
that's what
plenty.
I'm looking forward
They
to.
have a long season.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so I mean, I think they still play in August.
Okay.
They play all through the summer, and even if you don't know a lot about baseball
just
or
about to
like
say that.
baseball, well, see,
They make it fun.
You can have a great time. It's just good to get outside and enjoy that, and they always make it a lot of fun too.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Thirsty Thursdays is always something
Thirsty
that they
Thursday.
do. Yeah,
They do
make it
fireworks
fun.
on Friday.
And I know some of the local coffee shops do things
Oh,
like
yeah.
specials, like Union Coffee, for example. I was talking, because I went there yesterday, and I was talking to them, and they said how they do specials when it comes to Hopper's game, and you know, because they're right around the corner from it as well too.
Nice. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The whole downtown kind of gets involved there. That's always fun.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to this spring?
The Wyndham. It's not spring, but it's summer.
It's
but I'm
summer,
looking
but
forward
it's
to
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, all the talk about Tiger Woods. We have the Masters this
That's right.
week, so that just kind of gets me ready for the Wyndham, and it's always a good time.
So the three of us are golfies. Basically like foodies, but golfies.
Yes.
Right? So we enjoy the game sport of golf. Yesterday Christian and I were talking is Tiger gonna go in the Masters? Do you think what's going on? I was like, oh, he's in. I was like, they would pay him just to have him there because it brings even a larger audience, I think, to even such a legendary and historic tournament in its own right. But yeah, and now he's in it. So I'm like, can we move our Hamilton tickets?
When he stepped onto Augusta National earlier this week, or when he got there on Sunday, I was like, that man is going to play in this tournament.
Yeah.
And he had a really great comment yesterday. He said, I am going to play. He said, I always play to win. And if I don't think I can win, I'm not going to play. He said, so obviously I think that I am in good enough health and strong enough where I can go out here and win this thing.
I used to
That
work
gives me
in
shivers.
literally.
Yeah.
I used to work in Augusta, and I worked at the Masters
Oh, that's right.
in 2021.
Stop it.
I did.
Oh, you told me about that.
With news and covering the
Oh,
Masters,
okay.
and it was really, really cool.
amazing.
But I saw Tiger Woods in person. I was far from him, but it was just really cool to be able to just see him in person. He just has you can tell he's just about business, great poise. It was pretty cool seeing him. But the Masters in general, if you ever get a chance to go to see it, and I think now they have a lot more people watching it this year in person than they did in 2021 because of the pandemic and things of that nature. It's definitely a sight to see, especially if you're a golf fan.
Yeah. In Greensboro when he was here, it was like him and then like 1,000 people out.
Oh, yeah.
So you had no choice but to be far away from him. If you were trying to get up close, you were gonna get, I don't want to say smacked, but something like that.
Right.
Trampled on.
Something.
He was walking,
it was
and
gonna be
everybody's
impossible.
eyes
Yeah.
was just like
It's a
just
barrier.
watching him walk across. Literally, just everybody
Yeah.
stopped everything they're doing to watch him just walk to the next hole.
Right. So there's a lot to do. If you're watching golf, maybe you're going to Augusta, maybe you're waiting for the Wyndham. We will be talking about golf a lot because we all three enjoy the game, and I wish I could play better, but I enjoy it. Let's see. A lot of people are enjoying things that we have right here at home. Center City Park, downtown Greensboro, said Isaac. We got another golf fan. Our Brian says he hopes Tiger wins, and with that confidence, wow, why wouldn't he, right?
Go.
So our Brian's also waiting for you at a Hoppers game, so y'all coordinate.
That's right.
We'll let you know. All right, so it is officially 80 degrees day. This is our first 80-degree day, potentially.
Wow.
Since, let me do the math. I'll get back with you.
Okay, I was going to say in 2022, though.
Yes.
So that we can confirm.
Well, it could even be some low 80s this afternoon, too. We're going to be toasty for your Wednesday. So enjoy that. No issues in the daytime. Tonight, though, when you go to bed, that's when you need to pay the closest attention. And I know that's kind of, backwards. We want to watch for storms while we're sleeping. But make sure you have a way to receive warnings, whether that be your cell phone, your tablets, your devices, anything. And make sure you turn them on ring so that you can hear them if warnings get issued. I don't expect it to be a crazy busy night, but a couple storms could be on the strong or severe side. Main timing from midnight up until about 7 or 8 a.m. on Thursday. After that, we are clearing out for your Thursday afternoon. It will be getting windy, and temperatures will be near 70 Thursday afternoon. After that, the cooler air really starts to make a comeback as we get into Friday. So that game Friday night for the Hoppers will be a cool one. maybe a light jacket, maybe a sweatshirt, long sleeve shirt, something like that to enjoy baseball Friday night. Temperatures in the low 60s Friday afternoon. Still a bit windy on Friday too. And check out where those morning lows are. We're heading down to the 30s Friday night, early Saturday morning. Afternoon highs in the 50s on Saturday and still windy on Saturday too. 36 Saturday night, 61 Sunday afternoon. And then we do warm back up to the 70s Monday and Tuesday. But after tonight and tomorrow morning, there are dry several days in our forecast.
I gotta make sure I gotta find my sunglasses for today. 80-degree weather.
You'll need them. Need some sunblock too if you're going to be outside.
That's
the
true.
sun's starting to get strong this time of the year, and I got a little burn on. I have makeup on now, but I got a little burn on my face this weekend playing golf.
Oh, wow. Well, make sure you have your water as well. We don't want anybody dehydrated out there. We're not used to these warm temperatures. Well, I wish they were consistent, but it's okay.
We'll get there. Trust me.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. And then you'll want it to be cool again.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Thanks so much for joining us on After GMS. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for some more great conversations. We'll have your headlines and we'll look ahead to the forecast for the weekend too. Take care.
See you.